Right, need to shoot another extra bit to the how to grease your clutch drum bearing video, because some of the little bits and bobs were out of focus. So this is that same saw, and just to say before we take this off, whilst you're in here you need to have a look at various other things. This here, if we can turn you around, is the chain catcher. This is a safety critical component. If this is damaged or missing, do not use the saw. And this should sit here, as you can see, with very little gap between the top of the chain catcher and the side of the saw. This is so if you have a chain off, this thing actually catches it. It's made of aluminium, so that it takes some of the sting out of the kinetic energy of the chain. Pop this off. And here you can see the E-clip. Right, chain brake off, so this will turn around. Push hard on it. Chain brake on. Yeah. Need an extra hand. Sorry about the wobbly wobbly. Tuning screwdriver goes in here, and you can see the E-clip moving. Can't take this off one-handed, but you get the idea. This, when everything's pushed down, should move like this. If it's still jammed, there's something wrong. So, to change the chain catcher, you need a Torx driver. One should come on the combi spanner. It comes with this particular saw and also with the MS362, so they should be available for you from your employer. Comes off like that. That is the only screw of this type on this saw. If you lose that screw, you need to either buy a new one or come into the middle unit where we keep spares. And I'm putting this old damaged one on so you can see what it looks like if you have an old damaged chain catcher on your saw. So pop the cover back on. Do him up, not going to do him up totally tight, but you can see that there is a much bigger gap in here, so it would be possible for, if the chain came off, for it to come through. Sometimes you see these beaten down so they're in this gap here, so they're close to the chain erodes the end off. And you can see where a chain has come off on this one, you've got a lot of damage on this face. Pop this off again, there's something else I want to show you. In here you can just about see, hopefully with a bit of light, so we can get some more light on it, there's a crack here. So if this has another chain off, this will disappear and you're more likely to result in an injury. See that there? This is the one that's in good condition that came off this saw. No crack. If we pull on this or beat it with a hammer, you can get that crack to open up. Now, I would never advocate bending a chain catcher back into shape once it has been deformed. These are one-shot only things. Right, and lastly, we had a look at the way that the bearing should sit on an MS362 when your drive quill for your oil pump is sitting in its little indent and everything's groovy. It should sit like that. So the top of the cage for the bearing should sit level with the top of the sprocket. If it sits down like that, you're not matched up and you're going to bend your oil pump drive. Okay, I said that was the last thing, but there's another little thing. Other safety critical components in this cover: 2 buffers, should be made of plastic, and 1 on the back. If they're missing, don't use the saw. This one has a plastic side case, so the kinetic energy absorbing components are these. So if these are badly damaged, don't use the saw. I hope that's all useful.